Welcome to today's program, and we're very happy you were able to join us today. This is presented by ICCR in tandem with RMT Samskriti. The Indian Council for Cultural Relations, ICCR, was founded to actively participate in the formulation and implementation of policies and programs pertaining to India's external cultural relations, to foster and strengthen cultural relations and mutual understanding between India and other countries, to promote cultural exchanges with other countries and their people, and to deepen all-round relations with nations. Established in 1951, ICCR is a society registered in the year 1957 under the Society Registration Act 1860. ICCR was founded by Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad when he was a Minister of Education. The organization was under the administrative control of the Ministry of Education and Youth Affairs till 1970. Since its mandate involved interaction with foreign entities, ICCR was in 1970 transferred from the Ministry of Human Resource Development to the Ministry of External Affairs. ICCR is an important instrument of the Government of India to project and promote India's soft power overseas. The ICCR Regional Office, Hyderabad, was initially established in August 1991 in Kala Bhavan, Ravindra Bharati, by the then Vice President of India and the President of ICCR, Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma. In February 1994, the state government had officially handed over part of the first and second floor of the Kala Bhavan for Art Gallery and Office Complex, respectively. The Regional Office Hyderabad has been striving towards fulfilling the aims and objectives of the Council by monitoring and implementing the ICCR scholarship schemes for the foreign students, presenting programs that foster cultural exchanges throughout performances, discussions, orientation programs, student activities, etc. Besides working in close tandem with their colleagues in the State Department, universities, social and cultural organizations. Welcome to this episode of Samvadanam. I'm in conversation with Srimati Sukanyya Ramgopal, one of the best known female exponents of the Ghatam. Srimati Sukanyya Ramgopal was born in Mayiladuthurai in Tamil Nadu, and she initially began training in the Mridangam at the tender age of 12 at Sri Ganesh Tala Vadya Vidyalaya in Chennai under the tutelage of Sri T.R. Harihara Sharma. She also learned the violin under Sri Gurumurthy. It was the Ghatam that was her true calling. She approached Sri Harihara Sharma, and under his able guidance, and of course later under the able guidance of Sri Vikku Vinayakaram, Srimati Sukanya trained vigorously on the Ghatam. She was born to a postmaster father in an orthodox family, and it was difficult for her to convince her father to allow her to play Ghatam, which is generally a male-dominated craft. She started her musical sojourn learning the violin, but it was her attraction towards the percussion. She first learned the Mridangam and then eventually the Ghatam. After 3 years of rigorous practice and classes, she started playing for small concerts, and she would accompany Sri Vikku Vinayakaram to listen to his Ghatam concerts. Over the last few decades, she has mastered the art of playing Ghatam in Carnatic music. The Ghatam is a unique idea conceptualized by Srimati Sukanya. Her commitment to breaking new grounds has inspired her to play the Ghatam with 6 to 7 Ghatams of different Shrutis, thereby creating a melody on a percussion instrument. Srimati Sukanya leads an all-women's instrumental ensemble called Sri Tal Tarang, which is regarded as one of the country's elite ensembles. Welcome to this episode of Samvadanam. We are so excited to have Ms. Sukanya with us, a percussionist par excellence, a wonderful teacher, and some sort of a beacon for a lot of women who are getting into fields that we might not particularly think are a women's bastion. So it's so exciting. I am so glad, ma'am, that you were able to join us today. I know you're incredibly busy, but it's so wonderful to have you.
I am also very happy meeting you.
Thank you so much. There's so much I'm sure we're going to learn from you today. And it's to have a conversation because these are not traditional areas where perhaps women would have come, right? So that sort of leads me into my first question from you. So Mridangam, Ghatam, Konnakol, these are not really areas which women would usually take up. Of course, there have always been women who have learned. But the thing is that, to come on stage, to perform, to teach is a very different ballgame. So what or who sort of initiated and encouraged you to take this up, and how has your journey been?
Actually, I learned vocal music along with my sister. Master used to come and teach us at home. He used to come home and teach us. After that, I learned violin. Even violin master used to come to our house and teach me. And then somehow he couldn't come. He was very busy, so he couldn't come to me. So I just went to Sri T.H. Gurumurthy sir, brother of Vikku Vinayakaram sir. But from my childhood, I'm very passionate about percussion instruments. Always I used to play on the chair, table.
any surface, anything that you find.
Yes. I asked my sister to sing, and I will used to accompany her. So like that, my interest in percussion went on and on. Actually, my class, violin class, was just opposite to the Mridangam class.
Oh, okay.
Ganesh, Tala, Vadya, Vidyalaya. And father of Vikku Vinayakaram sir, Sri Arkay Ramakrishnan.
Right.
He used to conduct the Mridangam classes. My attraction, actually, even though I was in the violin class, my attraction towards Mridangam class used to be more. So one day I just went inside the Mridangam class and I did Namaskaram to him and asked him, can I learn Mridangam from you? He said, yeah, today itself a very good day. Sit, I will start teaching you. No Guru Dakshina, no nothing, no any coconut or everything we used to take to the master.
Correct.
So nothing was there. I just started learning, and in 3 years I started playing for small concerts.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Then I used to go with Vikku sir to listen to his concerts. Somehow I was mesmerized by the way he played the Sawal Jawab between the Mridangam and his Ghatam.
Correct.
Really, I was mesmerized. So the next day I just asked him, why don't you teach me Ghatam? He said, it's very difficult for a girl to play the Ghatam. I myself is finding difficult. It's very difficult to produce the sound from the clay pot. This is just a mud pot. It's very, very difficult, and your fingers are very soft. And no, you are playing Mridangam very nicely. Why don't you continue that? I will teach you everything. He was telling me like that, and I was not convinced by his words. Next day also I asked him, you please give me the Ghatam. If I am not able to produce the sound, it's okay, I leave it. But he was not at all convinced, and he went to his father and told about my wish. So he told him, we can try to the Ghatam, because in a span of 3 years she has learned very nicely and started playing for concerts also. So let us try our hand to teach her Ghatam and try to no, it's a big name for our institution if she comes out. So at that time he also told that Ghatam doesn't know who is playing on that, whether a girl.
That's so beautiful, no?
Yeah. So at that time, Vikku sir went to Berkeley University to teach. So Arkay Sharma sir told him, you go and come back. I will teach her all the fingering techniques. நான் தயார் பண்றேன் பாரு Like that he told. So like that, the training was very, very, the training from him really made me, I'm getting goosebumps because he that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, actually Arkay Sharma sir used to have all the students as his children. So those days are really not forgettable.
Absolutely.
Very good days.
Just a clay pot, but the magic was in your fingers. That's all. And he so beautifully said that the clay pot doesn't know who's playing. That is so true. But right from, say, I won't say it is a challenge, but just a beginning to start. But as a woman player, both in Mridangam and Ghatam, what were some of the challenges you faced in concerts itself? Because a lot of artists would not sing if the accompanying artists were women, or they would not accompany women singing artists. That used to be a mindset long ago. So, what were some challenges you would have faced? It's not easy to go on stage and say, I'm a woman, I'm a percussionist, I'm going to accompany you. There's always this, are you good enough sort of a tag that comes, or this doubt that comes, or they challenge you purposely, perhaps to check if you really are up to the standard. So what are some challenges that you faced?
When I started learning Ghatam, so many stalwarts used to visit Vikku sir's place. I mean, to see Arkay Sharma sir and Vikku sir and all the students and everything. They used to play Mridangam and ask us to reply to that. That was challenging, and so we got the confidence. All the students try to get the confidence to play on the platform. Yeah, as you said, it's very difficult for a woman Ghatam player. Whatever, Ghatam or another percussion instruments. Really, it's a challenge for everyone, and mostly all the musicians are not very apt to have a women accompanist. At least Ghatam, Ganjira, Morsing. True. They said it's okay because Mridangam will be the main support for them.
Main accompanying.
Yeah. So like that, it's a quite challenging one for me especially, because in those days, 1972, 73.
Wow.
I'm playing from that period. So, but what I think, those days, some Mridangam artists were very supportive to me. So, correct. Some doesn't need a female. They won't have even a female violinist also.
Correct. Correct.
So it's all in our life. We have to face it. I don't mind playing for anyone. If they ask me to accompany, I'll happily accompany. That's all. If they don't want, it's their loss.
Correct. What a beautiful attitude. No, absolutely, because I've seen it and I've heard of it also. Obviously, I have not been from that age. I most probably was born when you were performing on stage. So I have personally, but I've definitely heard of so many, because my grandmother learned dance, and I know the, at that point of time, what the stigma was or what you should not do, things like that, right? So I'm sure it's pervasive. But now it's amazing that, so many of these youngsters, especially girls or women with different abilities, have been given a platform. I'm sure that was not there. But it shows your patience and your positive attitude. I'm sure whatever challenge you face, you would have just, brushed it aside and kept moving, which is beautiful.
Subramanyaya Swaminadaya Chandrasekhare Diraya Pada Namaste 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 Subramanyaya Swaminadaya Chandrasekhare Diraya Pada Namaste 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 Saba Subramanyaya Swaminadaya Chandrasekhare Diraya Pada Namaste 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 Subramanyaya Swaminadaya Chandrasekhare Diraya Pada Namaste 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 Subramanyaya Swaminadaya Chandrasekhare Diraya Pada Subramanyaya Swaminadaya Chandrasekhare Diraya Pada Namaste 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 Subramanyaya Swaminadaya Chandrasekhare Diraya Pada Namaste Namaste Namaste
That was absolutely wonderful and so enjoyed. I'm sure we could have gone on a little more. So much more.
Whatever. Yeah. It's in the YouTube, I think.
Absolutely. And it's beautiful. And it's absolutely beautiful. But of course, we're presenting snippets so that we also get to talk to you a bit. So you moved on, right? In the sense, you explore so many different things and you just don't limit yourself. So you started learning the harmonica recently. And you started playing it and it was phenomenal because I follow what work you're doing, artistic work, you and your students as well. And it's a beautiful team you've got together. But tell me a little bit about that journey as well. I mean, why this sudden interest in something else as well?
Because I didn't have any concerts during
It's just so refreshingly
time.
right.
So somehow I am interested. My student's brother is a very good harmonica player. He plays film songs also. He plays very good Carnatic classical music also. He sings very well. He plays the harmonium very well.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a Sugama Sangeeta person, and he plays tabla also. Multi-talented.
Absolutely multi-talented. This is really
Yeah. So he used to have all his students' performance in some sabha in Bangalore. So he used to invite me also because my student's brother, no. So he used to call me and my husband. So we used to go and enjoy the show. I thought, I want to learn this also, so that I improvise my Ghatam compositions through this. So my thought was like that. So this pandemic situation, I just thought of just asked him, please can you take student again? Madam, you, I don't know what to tell. If you
you're such an established senior teacher and you just notice somebody who's very talented and then you want to learn some. It's amazing how you constantly want to learn and there is no nothing, this mindset, right? That I am too senior or I already know so much. That does not stop you. That's so refreshing.
No, even when you teach a student, no, I am gaining so much of knowledge.
Absolutely.
Because each student's way of grasping their lesson is somehow different. So for that particular student, how to teach the lesson. So that is also a challenge. So by the way of teaching the students, I am gaining so much of knowledge. My guru Harigara Sharma sir used to tell me, don't do like this. Just give everything, whatever knowledge you are having, please give away. Then you will get more and more. You will gain more and more. So that was in my mind always.
That's very generous of him. I think that has come to you as well.
Yeah, he's. They are all really great Mahans. I should
absolutely
tell.
I mean, blessed. They're absolutely blessed.
Exactly. Arkay Sharma's first student was K.M. Vaidyanathan sir. I have learned from him also. And Vikku sir's brother T.H. Subhash Chandran, he is a very good Mridangam artist and very good Ghatam artist. Absolutely unimaginable, very, very talented Konapol artist. I learned from him also. It's a really very good opportunity to learn from all of them.
Absolutely. So, you are a person who's constantly interested in learning new things, but you're also a person who's constantly interested in experimenting with a lot of new things. So, what are some new ideas that you have experimented with? I know there are multiple, but I would love to hear of it.
Actually, when as a student of Vikku sir, we used to play along with him Gatamala. It's tuned. Each student will have one Ghatam to set one melody. One will have Sa, one will have Rishabham, one will have Gandharam. Like that, all of us used to have Ghatams. So like that, we used to play Laya Vinyasam and Korap and coming together, and everything was there. So at that time itself, just a small kalpana for me. How will it be if one person have all the Ghatams and play the melody?
Oh, wow.
That is my dream. So it came true in, I think, 1993, 94. It came true. So it's when I was stopped by the secretary of the Sabha, the entrance of the Sabha, I am Sukkanya, I am very sorry. The Mridangam artist who is playing today doesn't want to have a female player on the platform.
Oh.
So that day, that I have to recollect my dream and I have to do that Gatatara.
Ding gada dim dim gada dim tam gada tum gada dum gada tam tari gada tam gada tum gada dum gada tam tari gada dum
So I have composed so many other compositions because I don't want to may spoil the stalwarts Vagyakaras. So I composed so many compositions in pentatonic ragas so that I can have only 6 Ghatams around you, not more than that. Even I have tried Sankarabaranam 8 Gatams also.
Oh, wonderful.
Right. So, so I composed my own Gatakaram compositions in different talas, different ragas. Once I composed Ragamalika, Talamalika in Gatakaram. Yes. So a lot of, usually Ghatam used to accompany Veena. So here in our Sri Taltram, Veena and violin artists used to accompany Ghatam.
The Ghatam. Beautiful. Yeah.
Ghatam, my very sweet Ghatam sitting in front. Because in the concerts I have to sit in the back. So, so maybe God has given that purpose to me. I have not done anything. He has given the work.
Arkay song on it. I remember watching that video, and it was so sweet because where you didn't have a path, you created your own. It's as beautiful as that. So, and this is such a standing example of an accompanying artist not accompanying a one player, but you took it as an opportunity rather than as something to bring you down. What a beautiful positive attitude, I must say.
Yeah, I used to thank all the artists who doesn't want me to accompany them.
True.
Otherwise, this Ghatam wouldn't have come out. I would have been played as an accompanying artist in the backside. I have to thank them, actually.
Your adversity that you face has just made you a much better musician and a much better, thinker, because you have come across and come over all those obstacles. That's so beautiful to hear. But again, I always notch it up to not just the vidvat, but it's also the attitude that I will take it positively, I'll move on positively. Very few of us have, even as artists. So that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, and it was so fun talking. But I also want to know Konakol, poetry, music, these have come together for you. It is not just Mridangam Ghatam. You have moved on and tried to bring in new ideas as well. So can you say a little bit more about those as well?
So I was not a very good at technology and other things. So I thought of sharing my whatever I learned from the stalwarts. I was listening to so many concerts. So all those compositions by the stalwarts, especially percussion stalwarts, I wanted to share with the next generation.
Correct.
By listening to their compositions, I thought of extending it somehow, and I thought of when you listen to the korvai or some composition, I used to think in other way how to develop this composition further, and how to make typical composition in the same manner in some other
way. Right.
Way. So I just wanted to share all those things in the media, Facebook. So I thought Kettadil Manadai Kavarndadu. I put the title and started giving some ways what I have learned, what I have listened to it. Then this year is the centenary year for Remembrance Day for Mahakavi Subramanya Bharatiya.
Absolutely.
I am a very, very fan of his poems, and when I read his poems, I really sometimes I cry. Sometimes, wow, it's amazing, no? So from childhood I used to read his poems, and when I was in school and college, I used to go to oratorical composition and win prizes also.
Wow.
Like that. Because a little bit gene in my this thing, because of my great grandfather, Tamil Dada, Dr. Vadya.
Absolutely. I mean, unbelievable. No, nobody has not heard of him, and what contributions and what a great man. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely come. Yes.
So I thought of doing some episodes of his poems along with Konnakol. Konnakol means it's not just giving away the jatis like Takativi, Takajunu. I thought of having some other members also. So Charu Hariharan, my student Sana Chandrasekhar, and my daughter Radha Kannan. So
Wonderful.
we four together and did a tribute to Bharatiya. So far we have done 3 episodes. One more episode has to come on September 11th itself, but due to some unavoidable reasons we couldn't do it. Definitely we are going to do it by this month end. So just not the Konnakol like that. So not like that. No? I used to recite in Sa. Another person used to recite in Ga. Like that, each one of us used to recite the Konnakol in melody. So that was my idea. So it was nice.
Beautiful idea. Beautiful idea, because Konnakol, as you actually mentioned, it's not just each of you repeating or saying a different jati or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But you actually harmonically brought it in also. I'm sure your training in music has influenced quite a bit of the thinking as well. So, it harmonically, it is beautiful. At the same time, it is very, there is a lot of Laya in it. So, it's a nice balance, very unique. 4 poets, you've also done something on 4 poets and...
yeah, for World Music Day also, we did, without video, we did one short episode, and also Independence Day, we did one poem and rhythm Konnakol and other thing.
Exactly.
Recited in Tamil, again Bharatiyar poem, and my daughter recited in some Hindi poem. Sumana recited Kannada poem, and Charu recited in Malayalam. So all these poets were seeing our country in a different angle. So I thought it's a great thing to do it on Independence.
Beautiful concept, because you brought in so many different perspectives. each poetry, but you also made it something of a poem yourself, because you took their words, but the idea and the thought behind it to present it was yours. So it very beautifully, it came as almost like a garland of different thoughts. So that is beautiful. Of course, Bharatiyar is Bharatiyar. And you know what is really amazing about Bharatiyar is all these beautiful poems that we discover now, thanks to one woman, his wife, because he was never recognized when he was alive. For somebody to take all of these treasures and send it out to the world was done so much later by this one woman. And it's so much of thanks to her that all of us are actually able to enjoy everything he has written about. It has been about love. It could be about his mother's love. It could be about the freedom. Of course, he was a phenomenal freedom fighter, which most people forget. So there's so much. But talking about such a wonderful poet as well, and a writer and a thinker, I also wanted to ask briefly about, your grandfather, which is, amazing to have that kind of lineage. U.V. Swaminathan Iyer, Tamil Tata. I don't think there's any textbook that we have not, that has not referred him. And I have learned it when I was young. So it's such an honor to be from that, that lineage. What have you learned from him? How much did you interact with him? How did it influence you? Definitely in reading and understanding Tamil, perhaps to bring out the best in other authors, yes. But your experience, because that is something we never get.
Unfortunately, I have not seen him.
Oh, that is amazing. It's just what.
Yeah, actually, I used to read his books, his biodata, Ensaritram, and he has written so many Parayadum, Pudiyadum, so many small books.
Correct.
So I used to all those things. Actually, these days, so many Tamil people have gone different state and different country. So their children doesn't know to read or write Tamil. So I thought, a small thought is there. I don't know that dream, when will it come true? I just thinking of reading my great-grandfather's Ensarithiram or some other books. Interesting stories are there. And he has written about the three Tamil, Ganam Krishna Iyer, about Ganam Krishna Iyer, Gopala Krishna. So he has written so many books. So I thought of reading to the people who are interested in listening to those. So again, it's a dream. I don't know.
I think you are a person who realizes all your dreams. You're a person who has new interests also. It's a matter of time. I completely agree. Audiobooks are the way to go forward. And I think that is the way people can, for a generation, we are very tech related. So, the comfort level with technology for most of my generation or even younger is amazing because we're very comfortable with technology. But at the same time, we have a little bit of, at least some of us have lost the ability to sit and read books. It takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of time. So sometimes we are not given that opportunity. So these audiobooks and all of them really make a difference because you just listen to them and you're lost in them. You are part of the story because you can hear the story. So I'm really looking forward. I think it's a matter of time that you will start bringing it. That will be exciting.
Thank you.
Sunadam. Oh, beautiful. And this book, what all does it talk about?
Yeah, how to learn Ghatam easily by this book. And this is basically Vikku sir's style of playing.
I see.
I give the future students how the Vikku sir's playing was. How can you learn the Vikku sir Bani? So like that. So it has some pictures and see how to keep the Ghatam, how to play the syllables.
Is also shown. The fingering.
Fingering. So many exercises, so many lessons. So like that.
It will be invaluable. It will be invaluable to so many students, no doubt. But I can only thank you so much for taking time off. So nice of you to sit down and say, let's talk about this. And there's so much we learn and it's phenomenal. I really hope that this proves to other people that no matter what the challenge is, It's always people who struggled and come past challenges that, tell us that we can move forward. For us, perhaps the path is much easier than what it was for you. But a lot of people who should have struggled till this far, and you're definitely one of them. So pathbreakers are what I call them. But thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you.
Thank you. I'm also very happy to see you and in our drawing room. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Samvadanam as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. We would like to thank ICCR Hyderabad for their immense support in this endeavor. Thank you.